My name is Bob Royko. I'm a native Chicagoan. I read a lot, but I love to travel. My wife and I travel quite a bit. Usually for a period during the winter, we head down to the Florida Keys, and we've got a little place there, and I fish a lot. And that is some of the best fishing in the world. And I'm here, and I'm still going strong. Lifeline sent out a letter. They had checked my heart and they had checked the arteries, and they did all these exams, and they advised me that I had an aneurysm on my abdominal aorta. That really struck home for me.
An aneurysm is a swelling of the artery. It's a part of the artery that's too large and is kind of like a bubble, and the bubble could burst if it gets to a certain size. So we like to try to repair the aneurysm or the bubble prior to getting too big. Bob's aneurysm was actually the most common place for men and women to have an aneurysm, which is in the abdominal aorta. It's right below the artery of the kidneys before it splits into the artery that goes to each leg.
If there's anything that strikes me about this doctor, is that he is as thorough as can be. And more importantly, he takes the time to make sure that you understand what's going on. He took a very serious situation, and he knew that I was concerned, and I felt very confident that I was going to come through this thing without a serious difficulty.
The aorta carries blood from the heart and distributes it throughout the body. And so you can imagine it's not very simple while the body's running to repair that section. Classic techniques we would use would require general anesthetic, a fairly large incision, and we safely dissect all the tissues away from the artery, and then we put clamps on it and actually replace it.
And that's a pretty big deal. And probably that's why so many people are afraid of the whole procedure, because that's have been all they've ever heard of.
So the way we repaired Bob's aneurysm is called an endovascular repair. With this new technique of fixing aneurysms, it involves making small incisions. Some people call it a Band-Aid procedure because they're that small. We'll put in some catheters below the aneurysm, and we'll actually build a device inside the aorta while he's alive pumping blood. I liken it sometimes to building a ship in a bottle, because you're putting these things in through these very, very long, thin tubes, but when you assemble them inside, they're actually the same size as his regular aorta, and they create a new tube for his blood to flow to the rest of the body within the aneurysm itself. So we're kind of relining or rebuilding the aorta inside of him while he's still up and running. Both procedures are effective, but in the endovascular repair, the recovery is quicker, there's less pain, and it's easier for the patients to recover.
The recovery time at the hospital was a 2-day period, and it was very easy. Midday the first day I was out, they had me out and walking, and I was stunned at the fact that I felt absolutely nothing.
We have people in overnight. By the next day, they can usually get up, walk, eat, and walk out the door. I ask that they limit really strenuous activities for a couple weeks, but most of them feel pretty normal by the next month.
He surprised me when he told me the week after the surgery, you'll be able to go back to work if you feel good about it. The experience at the hospital was just fabulous. I don't know how it could be better than what it is. It's just a great place. So I don't encourage anybody to get sick, but if you do, you'll be in good hands.